In this video, we are going to discuss partnership. The chapter's name is Forms of Business Organization and the subject is Business Studies. Now, this is a very important topic because there are many points which can be asked in the exam, and also from the practical point of view. Partnership is a very popular form of business enterprise organization. Many people enter into partnership and continue doing their business for a long period of time. So studying about partnership is very important for all of us. And again, this topic comes in class 12th accountancy also, and the weightage is around 30 marks. So understanding partnership here is very helpful for you all. Now, meaning of partnership. Now, before studying the meaning of partnership, why partnership was introduced or needed? Now, there were two drawbacks, especially two drawbacks in sole proprietorship. One was limitation of capital. Only one person was going to arrange the funds, and there was limitation of his abilities or in arranging funds. And second, it was the management of the business. A single person may not be expert in all the fields of business like marketing, financing, financial management, production, human resource management and all. So it was advisable to bring in more people who are good in those fields, and thus partnership came into existence. In partnership, more than two persons can be there, and a limit is expressed, maximum limit is there, that we will be discussing later on. In India, the partnership is governed by the Indian Partnership Act 1932. The Indian Partnership Act 1932 governs the partnership in India. Now see here, I have typed in bold letters, partnership is the relationship. Now this definition, there are many definitions, you can write in your own words also. This definition is given in the Indian Partnership Act 1932. According to that, partnership is the relationship between persons who have agreed, agreed is an important word, who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. Now each and every word is important. Relation beta. Now relation is always between two persons. A single person cannot enter into agreement. So to enter into any kind of relationship, minimum two persons are required. So from the definition we come to know that minimum two persons should be there to enter into any kind of partnership. Now there is an agreement and they are agreeing to share the profit. See here in this definition they have not mentioned about the word loss. So sharing of profit is a compulsory feature of partnership, but sharing of loss is not necessary. One or two partners may not share the loss, but they will have a share in profits. It is must. And the next word is business. Now we have already discussed the features of business, characteristics of business, and there should be regular transaction. A random transaction, one or two, will not be considered as a business. Like you invest in a piece of land, keep it for 2 years, sell at a profit, then it will not be considered as business. Business is done on a regular basis and it is done with the objective of earning profit. If you are doing some charity and you are doing it on regular basis, it will not be considered as business because the objective of earning profit is missing there. So in a partnership, the partners, the persons who enter into relationship, who agree to share the profits, should be doing a business. That means they should be doing it on a regular basis and they should be doing it with the objective of earning profit. Now we will discuss features. Now one of the feature is formation. Now as said, is a relationship or agreement. So partnership comes into existence by legal agreement. Here legal agreement between partners. And the agreement should be to undertake a legal business activity. Okay, it is not about illegal business activities like no smuggling or stealing. It should not be there. Legal business activity and business activity is done on a regular basis and with the objective of earning profit. Liability. Now here the partners, listen to this sentence carefully. Here the partners and the firm do not have a separate legal entity. Okay, from the legal point of view, the partnership firm do not have a separate legal entity. The partners and the firm are considered as one, and because of that the liability of partners is unlimited. Okay, the personal, here unlimited liability means the personal assets can be used to settle the liabilities of the business in case the assets of business are not sufficient to settle the claims. Okay, the personal assets can be used. It is a very big drawback due to which many people hesitate to enter into any kind of partnership. Risk bearing. Now collectively as a team the partners are working and they all bear the risk. Every business have some risk. There is no business where risk can be completely eliminated. So all the partners run the business as a team and they bear the risk, and whatever return they get in the form of profit is shared among themselves in the profit sharing ratio which they have already agreed. If they have not entered into any profit sharing ratio, then the profits will be shared equally. Decision making. Here all the partners have the right to take part in the management of business. All the partners should be consulted when some crucial matters are there, but in the case of day-to-day management, generally one or two partners are taking the decision. They manages the business on a regular basis, or different works are allotted to different partners and they are free to take their own decisions. But in case of crucial matters, all the partners consult each other and take decisions. Continuity. Like sole proprietorship, partnership also suffers from the continuity problem. Okay, partnership is a relation between partners. Agreement is there. If any partner dies or he is unable to continue in the business, the relation will be affected. So the partnership is also affected. Okay, if a partner retires, dies, the partnership agreement will come to an end. The other partners, the remaining partners, can continue the business by entering into new agreement. Mutual agency. In the last line of the definition it is written, no, the business can be carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. So that group of words defines agency relation between the partners. Every partner is a principal as well as a agent. The partner is owner of the firm and agent of the firm. So all the actions of every partner binds the firm as well as other partners. Now this is a very important point, last point. Number of persons who enter into partnership. Minimum 2, as discussed, it's agreement, so minimum 2 persons are required, and maximum is 50. Now in the Partnership Act 1932 do not mention anything about the maximum number of partners in a firm. It is silent. The Companies Act 2013 empowers the government to take decision regarding the maximum number of partners. In the act, the maximum limit is 100, but just now the government have prescribed the maximum limit of partners to 50, and it is in the rule 10 of the Companies Miscellaneous Rule 2014. Okay, last line. Okay, so in your question you don't have to mention everything, that rule 10 of companies and all. You have to mention that the maximum limit is 50.